The casting process of Friends was very difficult. They were very specific types. NBC had certain people they had in mind that we didn't necessarily like. It's hard to think of now when those people are so indelible, but I won't mention the names of who the cast could be. I'll do it off camera later. And the process on every one of them was very interesting. It didn't look like we were going to be able to get Jennifer Aniston because she was doing a show for Sony for CBS. Now, fortunately, the guy who ran Sony Television, John Feldheimer, is one of my best friends. Now, it was clear that CBS didn't like the Jennifer Aniston show. It was a show called Muddling Through. They had already announced it was going to be on in the summer. So technically, he still had a hold on her. I said, John, do me a favor. I need her for this pilot. If your show goes on the air and is a big hit, I'll have to take her out of the pilot and give her back. And it was frankly because of a relationship that he did that. To this day, he regrets. He said, I could have gotten 1% of the profits of that show, which would have meant a lot of money, and you would have given it to me. I said, you're probably right, So that's how Jennifer Aniston got that role. Courtney Cox was managed by Bernie Brillstein, and she really wanted the role of Monica. And we said, she's really more right for Rachel. She should read for Rachel the Spoil. And to her credit, she said no. She said, I'll read for Monica. I'll either get that or I won't. And this is before Jennifer came in. She came in. Everybody said, no, you're not getting it. And she hit a home run. She hit it out of the ballpark. And she got that part. Matthew Perry, very funny story on him. Jeff Sagansky at that time at CBS ordered maybe the worst pilot that I've ever been involved in my life. It was Paul Sands starring as a talking dog. Okay? It was the stupidest idea. And by the way, I called up Sagansky, and I was at Warner Brothers at the time, and I said, you sure you want to order this pilot? This is a dumb idea. He said, yeah. I said, I'm not going to deficit a nickel on this show. I said, you give me whatever you want, and I'll shoot it for that. Okay? So anyway, it was about this dog and the woman who was his owner, right? But the dog was played by a human being, okay? And the dog was sort of in love with the woman because it was a real man. Anyway, she had a jerky boyfriend played by Matthew Perry, right? So he was in this other pilot that was horrible. The pilot was as bad as I thought it would be. But here comes this actor who I didn't really know very well, named Matthew Perry, and we brought him in because we saw him do that thing to read for Friends, and that's how he got that role. So the casting process was unbelievably interesting.